So here we are in Healdsburg Plaza, and we're going to go and check out our latest listing, which is truly amazing. It's a 1910 arts and crafts home, which has been totally restored. So it really does combine the best of, historic Victorian with all the modern amenities you'd expect with a new construction. So if you've considered buying a home to fix up and totally restore, well, you don't need to. We've done all the work for you. So let's go and check out this listing. It's literally 4 or 5 blocks from the plaza. And the location is fantastic, just because if you're too close to the plaza, there is such a thing as being too close to the plaza, you actually still feel like you're in a sort of semi-commercial area. But this is sufficiently far away, but it's only 10-minute walk in a really great little neighborhood, one of my favorite neighborhoods on the north side of downtown Healdsburg. So yeah, let's go and take a look, and I'm going to go and grab my morning coffee on the way. So I've got my morning coffee, so we're now going to head over. So it's the 10-minute walk. Let's head over there and go and check it out. So here we are outside 401 Piper, and just look at it. I mean, it's just a beautiful example of an arts and crafts home. But when we go inside, you'll see just how updated it has been to have all the mods and cons you'd expect in new construction. So let's go on inside. And the first thing we'll see is we've got a 8-foot porch. And this part of Healdsburg, in fact, a lot of downtown Healdsburg is definitely known for its lifestyle of people just hanging out on the porch, having their morning coffee, having a glass of wine. So with 8 feet, I mean, it's a proper porch that you can, really use to maximum effect. So let's come on inside and take a look. So here we are in the great room, and one of the things that really strikes you in this home, one of the real benefits of being on a corner lot, because we are on the corner of Piper and College, is just the natural light in here. Whatever time of day you come into the home, it's just got a really good light about it. So one of the things that you really notice when you come in here as well is just the vaulted ceiling, which gives this whole living area just a great sense of volume. And it's got a V-groove ceiling, and the floors are the original floors, which are Douglas fir, which have been totally renovated and refurbished. And then there's so many details in here, which if you sort of pay attention, just really, bring it so much character. So for example, we've got these sash windows, which again have been stripped back. All of the pulleys have been replaced, new rope. So they're fully operable sash windows. And one of the things that you also notice about this home is that in all of the rooms on this side of the house, they lead out into a sort of courtyard garden, which is just a really nice feeling, because it does make the whole space easy to live inside and outside. And then there's little details, throughout the home, which we will talk about. It's a very small thing, but as you come into the home, then you've got this little ledge here to put your keys, but it also provides a really nice sort of entranceway as you come into the main living space. And then we've got the centrally located gas fire, which gives a huge amount of flexibility, for the seating area, dining area. And then you probably notice in the ceiling, we've got the speakers. And for anyone who's attempted to build their own home or restore their own home, you'll often see on a ceiling, you'll have sprinkler systems, lights, speakers like dotted all over the ceiling. I mean, they've done an incredible job here, just with real attention to detail, just getting everything in a straight line. So it's all just lines up to perfection. So one of the other details in here is we've got original stained glass window, which again, just gives a really nice, feel to it, as well as, presenting some of the history of the home. So as we move into the kitchen area, we've got a huge kitchen island, which can comfortably seat 4. Again, really great design. So you can get the stools underneath it from, on the 2 different sides. This countertop is a marble countertop. Again, just, great attention to detail throughout. And then over on this side, we've got the quartz countertop, which is textured, a sort of leather finish. Again, just really, really nice to the touch. And just, throughout, it's just really thoughtful details. So for example, here, we've got the evening bar with the refrigerator here, place for glasses and cocktails. And then over on this side, we've got a morning bar, all set up with, the coffee maker. And then below it, again, just really thoughtful details. We've got refrigerated drawers here and also down below. So as we move over to the main sort of cooking area, we've got a 36-inch stove here, which is, for those in the know, will immediately recognize this as a Thermador. So it's a Thermador package throughout, which is a super high-end appliance package. And then we've got the French door 42-inch refrigerator here. And then below the countertop, we've got the microwave is down here, and then obviously the dishwasher over on the other side. So as we come over this side, one of the other things you notice is just the lighting. It's just really, really well done. Really nice sort of central lighting over the island. And then the recessed lighting are the square recessed lighting, which I really like compared to a lot of the round cans. And then just around the corner here, sort of hidden out of sight, is a really great pantry area. And then this leads through to the garage, which is a single car garage. And above here is the ADU, which we'll go and visit once we've finished going through the house. So just off the living area as you come in is this additional room here, which really is sort of flex space. So you could use it as, a den for watching TV, as an office, or it is actually permitted as a bedroom. So it is also usable as a third bedroom. And in here is also a closet / media cabinet. So all of the wiring for the speakers that you'll see throughout the home, all are centralized into this media area here. And then, as you can see, this leads straight out into the courtyard garden, which we'll be going to take a look at the moment, which is really one of the sort of, the secret treasures of this property. So as we head over to the guest bedroom and bathroom, so we've got the bathroom here, which is obviously, for the guest bedroom, but also is the bathroom for the main living space and for guests. And then in the bedroom, and this is true of this bedroom and also the primary bedroom, again, it leads out into the courtyard garden with its own sort of private little deck. So as we go through here, there's a main door out here to the courtyard, but here, and then off to the left is the primary bedroom suite, which just the location of this is really nice because it does provide real separation from the rest of the house. And again, we've got this recurring details. We've got this wooden separator as you come in, which again is just a really nice touch as you come into the primary bedroom, which again, as you can see, it's got direct access out to a little, private courtyard garden area. And then as we come through the primary bedroom, we've got his and hers closets on both sides, which are fitted out with alpha organizing systems. So his and hers here. And then as we come into the primary bathroom, then it's got, again, really nice touches. It's got the heated floor. It's got, just small things like the medicine cabinet here, which is sort of set into the wall. Again, if you've ever done a major renovation, knowing just, the extra cost it takes to put in things like this, or a recessed place in the shower for your shower gel and shampoo, etc. Like really big shower with the, additional wand. And then of course, a home like this has to have a soaking tub. So a really nice soaking tub that gives you a really nice view out to the courtyard garden. So that's the tour of their main house. So before we go and check out the ADU, let's go out to the garden and take a look here. So one of the things about this house is when they were drawing up the plans, they found out that the foundation actually had to be replaced. So they actually used that as an opportunity to literally physically move the house like 10 foot one way and then 5 foot the other. So it's actually created a really good size garden, which is perfect for entertaining. Again, you've got the outdoor dining area here with the Tivoli lighting all set up. And then you've got a seating area here, which is plumbed, ready to add a gas fire pit. And then just by the fence here, there is all the stub outs for a full outdoor kitchen. It's got water, it's got gas, and it's got electric. And it's not often I'll stop to comment on a fence, but it's hard not to like really admire this fence. I mean, it's a really nice height. I think it's 8 foot. So it does give like real privacy in the backyard. And as you can see, the yard is actually sort of broken into different areas. So we've got the living, dining area here, which leads out from the house. And again, another thoughtful detail is as you come out of the house, it's actually on a single level. So you come out onto a single level deck and then just a teeny tiny step down into the main entertaining area. And then here, which is actually off the primary bedroom, another really nice sort of, little seating area. And considering this is a new yard, an awful lot of planting has been done. Wherever you look in the yard, you might think the planting looks sort of more mature. I mean, it has literally all just been planted, but it's been really thoughtfully done. So then here we sort of step down into this sort of sunken garden, which actually, I mean, it looks beautiful as it is, but it would also be a great place for a hot tub if somebody wanted to put a hot tub in. So now let's go and check out the ADU, which is above the garage. And one feature I really love is this Dutch door. So you can just imagine just saying hello to people passing by, and which is, just such a Healdsburg friendly small town sort of feel. So yeah, let's come on. We come down here, and the ADU is above the single car garage, which is totally new construction. And you might be noticing, hang on a minute, I thought we were at 401 Piper. Well, we are, but as an ADU, you actually have to have a separate address for the ADU. So the actual address for the ADU is 508 College. So yeah, let's head on upstairs. So here we are in the living space for the ADU. And as you can see, there's definitely details from the main house that are carried through with this separator here. And it's a full kitchen. So we've got a dishwasher, stove, fridge, microwave, and everything you could possibly want in a kitchen. And then one of the really cool things about this ADU is it has this, again, it's got a really large deck as we come out here, which, I mean, look at the view. I mean, it's just, you're looking towards the sort of distant hills of West Dry Creek up over there. So yeah, I mean, what a great place to sort of, have friends over and hang out in the ADU. And it's actually hard to believe that this whole space is 540 square feet. I mean, it really does feel like nearer 1,000 square feet. It's just been so well designed. So this is the bedroom. Again, it's a spacious bedroom, like room for a desk area. And it's obviously got the bathroom right here, which has got, tub, as well as shower and single vanity. And then obviously as an ADU, it does have its own laundry. So this is the place for laundry. So yeah, I mean, it's got everything you could possibly want. So one other thing worth mentioning about an ADU is it obviously does give somebody the opportunity to rent the home out on a long-term lease. You can't do vacation rental in Healdsburg City, but somebody who wants to enjoy a second home and then have this as a long-term rental unit. I know the people in town who rent out these ADUs for as much as $3,500 per month. So it does give lots of flexibility for somebody who's looking to purchase their dream place in Healdsburg but wants income. Maybe they've got a 1031 exchange. So a home like this would qualify with this income potential while allowing the buyer to enjoy the main home. One of the things you notice as you come in here is there's actually a key set into the concrete, one of the original keys from the home. I mean, how cool is that? So we're going to another small detail as we just walk round to the front of the house is you've got 3 vegetable planters, all planted here, which again is just a really nice, thoughtful addition. So one of the other things you may notice is this path here. So if you are having friends over to entertain for the evening, then they've got a really nice little side gate they can come into the outdoor entertaining area. So again, just a really nice, thoughtful touch. So there we have the tour of 401 Piper. And one of the incredible things about this home is really preserving all of that historic character with things like the stained glass windows. I mean, you've obviously got the arts and crafts look anyway. But there's so much attention to detail on the historical items, but then also bringing today's modern amenities to a historic home. It's really hard to think of anything that hasn't been taken care of. So many people have a dream of buying a historic Victorian home in downtown Healdsburg, but there's so much time and effort, and not to mention money, goes into creating something as amazing as this. So why don't you save yourself all that work and buy something where somebody else has done all of the hard work? And it really is hard to think of any other historic property in Healdsburg that has been sold recently that has this attention to detail. So if you are interested in a tour of 401 Piper, then do get in touch on 707-238-2112, and we'd love to show you all of the details of this amazing historic home.